look at that new Coyote Direct hat available on the website now. We are still doing the Bellac giveaway through October 1st. So you can buy this hat, get entered to win some Bellac wheels. But anyways, let's get into today's video. Alright guys, so we finished up a few cars this week actually. We had Mason's car, the one that we did the Paxton on. Ended up doing a 4 fuel system, E85, 1000cc injectors, Lund tune of course, the best. And did a carbon fiber hood, Anderson composites, and then a couple little small things, nothing too crazy. But that car went home, Mason picked that up. And then we also did Kano's car, finished that up. We just did a Circle D converter and a 10R stager, which is trans, brake, and bump. And then we did an N2MB watt box. That one's finished. It's at the shop still because he's from New Mexico, so he's gonna come pick that up today or tomorrow sometime. And then we're finishing up Chris's car, which is the ON3 twin turbo car, which I'm finally an ON3 dealer. So if you guys want an ON3 kit, hit me up. Sold a few this week, some F-150 kits and some Mustang kits. So that's kind of what I wanted to go over today, if the ON3 kit is worth it, and kind of what you get for the price. And I've kind of done a few ON3 kits different, the ones I've sold. We've sold them with ON3 turbos, we've sold them without ON3 turbos, because some people, you know, they want to upgrade to like a precision turbo. So that's kind of what I want to go over. Since this car is pretty much done, I want to kind of go over like the fitment issues, some of the pains that we had with installing it, and just some of the things to look out for if you install it yourself, and maybe some of the upgrades that you would do if you did want to use the ON3 as kind of like your base parts, and then, you know, if you wanted to upgrade like the turbos, the intercooler, the wastegates, that type of stuff, but if you wanted to use like their hot side and cold side. So without further ado, we're gonna head over to the shop. I was already there this morning, but had to run home, do some stuff, and Jay and a guy named Anthony's now, he's kind of helping us out here and there, learning some stuff. So they're at the shop right now trying to align the downpipes on the ON3 kit. So we can actually start there before we actually get to the video, or the video showing you the kit, is some of the issues. This is the second 2018 Mustang twin turbo ON3 kit that we've done in the past month, and that's the biggest issue we've had, is getting it's so crazy, getting the downpipes to align. I will say, because, you know, ON3 has some fitment issues, and they've gotten better for sure. I know some of the older like S197 kits or the first S550 kits, the fitment issues were terrible. We actually didn't have any issues until we got into the downpipes off of the turbo. And the reason why is what I think, I'm not a fabricator or a welder, but the reason why I think is because they have the wastegates recirculating the exhaust from the wastegates, recirculating into the downpipes, and there's a little flex section on that, but it doesn't give you pretty much enough movement to get the downpipe on perfectly. So it's really hard to get the downpipes. Like, if you look at the downpipes, you'll have them aligned and everything, and then you start the car and you hear an exhaust leak. And they're really hard to get perfectly aligned. Like, you have to have the turbo loose, the wastegates loose, the downpipes obviously loose, the recirc tube loose. Pretty much everything has to be loose in order to get that thing lined up. And typically on like a normal turbo kit, you have everything loose, you mock it up, and then you start tightening it, and that's the best way to do it, because it gives you the most mobility within the turbo kit to line stuff up, because stuff, you know, it's a hot side, it gets welded, so stuff shrinks. But anytime we've done these ON3 kits, like, we have everything loose and it's still a pain in the ass. Like, you can get them lined up and then you start the car and you're like, yep, there's an exhaust leak right there, just one little tiny one. So that's kind of been the biggest pain with the fitment issues we've had. The headers fit really good, the cold side fits really good. The turbos mount up fine. It's literally for us, and it could just be us. You know, other shops, maybe they run into other fitment issues, but for us, it's just been the downpipes. And I will say part of it, I think, is because of the flanges they use and the V-bands they use. Typically, the V-band's got like a little groove on the inside of it, and that, you know, wraps around the two flanges that are on the hot sides that you're trying to mate together, and they just don't fit worth a shit inside that V-band flange. Like on my turbo kit, now obviously we use, you know, super nice stainless bros or vibrant flanges with V-band clamps. On the cold side, we use HD clamps, but those are dual seals. Those are even better. But on the hot side, you don't use those, obviously. You use just regular style V-band clamps. And literally, that V-band clicks inside the other one because it's got like a little lip on the inside, and the V-band goes right around it. And you start tightening up the V-band, just sucks it right in, you know? But not the case with the ON3 kit. So that's kind of the pain that we've had. Like I said, that part might be easy for other people, and they might have fitment issues elsewhere, but that's been like our real major pain with these kits. Like, I think I had most of the kit on within like 2 days. Most of that was by myself, actually, doing the hot side, and you know, then we put the rest of it together, and those damn downpipes, such a pain in the ass. The other thing is, on the 18 plus, you know, your Gen 3 Coyotes, you have to move the PCM and the fuse box. Now, on like a BL Fab turbo kit, you have to move the PCM, which is super fucking easy. I don't know why people think it's so hard. It is so easy. You just literally move it right inside the fender where the harness can still reach. Because the biggest thing with moving a PCM or fuse box is you don't have a ton of extra wire. Obviously, from the factory, they, you know, made the harness for where the PCM and fuse box sits for the factory style. But BL Fab, the way that their, you know, pipes go, you got to move the PCM. Well, with the ON3 kit, you have to move the fuse box and the PCM. That's more of a pain in the ass. It's still not hard, it's just time consuming, okay? None of that stuff you have to be like a genius to figure out. It's just time consuming. Essentially what you do is you have your harness that runs along the passenger side frame rail. You unplug it from the BCM inside your kick panel on the passenger side, pull it all through, and then just run that harness inside your fender well instead of on the frame rail side. The problem with that is now you have all your power cables coming from, you know, your starter, your power steering, your battery, all that goes to the fuse box. Well, those were all made to reach the fuse box with it in the stock location on the, you know, inside the engine bay, and now you're moving the fuse box outside. So you got to remake some power cables, and you got to remake some ground cables, because same thing, the ground cables now don't reach. And then you just have to do some rerouting of the harnesses. But in all reality, should only take you like 3, 4, maybe 5 hours if you want to be real meticulous. Like, we wire loomed a lot of stuff. We zip tied it. Now, I wouldn't say it looks the cleanest because there's just so much wire in there. You know, these are big, bulky harnesses. And you know, for like your personal car, if you wanted to take like an extra month or 2 on it and unloom the whole entire harness and then reloom it, you know, you could do that, and we could do that too. It's just, you know, the customer's gonna have to want to pay for that, you know, and that's, you know, that's a lot of extra labor. So I'll kind of show you guys that. We have the bumper on, so you won't be able to see it exactly, but I'll try and show you some of the PCM and fuse box relocation. Obviously the turbos always look badass right there in the engine bay, and I think that's why ON3 did it, is like, they're like, okay, we want the turbos here, let's build everything else around that. Like I said, the cold side fits perfect, intercooler fits perfect behind the factory bumper support and everything, so you get to keep all that. Blow-off valves fit good, wastegates fit good. It's really just the downpipe and the recirc. So let me show you guys. Oh, easy, Jake. I was showing the goods, baby. No button action. You're pissing me off today. You pissed me off today. Don't start with me today, Jay. Alright, so this is Chris's car, Chris from Lubbock. So there's the ON3. We heat wrapped the harness right here because the main one is pretty much, with the length, like I said, that's pretty much the only way it can go. And then, yeah, like I said, the cold side fits real good. 4 fuel system, dual regulators, obviously, since it's Gen 3, got direct injection. Got the Mac valve for the e-boost. He did an e-boost on this one. And, man, I wish I could show you guys. We hid the catch can down there, and it's super easy to reach, but I'll probably insert a photo here on the catch can. So you can see, like, the PCM is down in there, but the fuse box is way down there. I'd have to put it on the lift to show you. Maybe I'll put it on the lift later to show you guys, because it came out really good, but like I kind of just want to show you guys where you have to move everything. But like I said, this downpipe just doesn't fit the greatest because of this recirc. And you'd think this little flex section here helps. It really doesn't. This is kind of just to help with cracking. But yeah, getting these downpipes mated up, I think, like I said, part of it is because this recirc comes in, so you got to get that aligned at the same time as this. And then I think their freaking flanges are just not the best, and the V-band clamps they use are just not the best. But other than that, Chris's car came out pretty good. On3 twin turbo kit. I think these are the larger. What size did he do? Did he do 67s or 64s?
He didn't upgrade. I guess the 67's the big one.
I think they're the bigger ones. So this should be a pretty fun car. We put his drag pack back on. 4 fuel system, E85, 1000cc injectors, Lund tune, of course. So this thing, it should be a runner for sure. Probably gap the shit out of Jay's piece of crap nitrous car.
It will. It will.
Man, embarrassing. Embarrassing. That's okay, because you're with his sister, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's a W.
That's right.
Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go do some data logging, drive this thing around, make sure everything's good before Chris takes this beast home. Oh, it's too dark. Alright, so there's the fuse box there. And whoop. PCM sitting right above it. So that's what you gotta move, but like I said, intercooler fits good. And then we actually got this to bolt to his exhaust system because he wanted full exhaust. So, pretty clean. And look at the catch can. It's sitting right there. Pretty good. Right there. So the big debate, is On3 worth it? I think for the price, if you have a budget, absolutely. Probably, you can't go wrong with it. Especially, I will say, like some of the people that have done the On3 kits, they actually spend the money and do like really nice fuel systems and really nice boost controllers, and that's awesome. I think the On3 is a good kit for your 800 to 1000 horsepower. But if you're racing all the time and you're trying to make more than that, obviously they can make more power than that. But can they do it efficiently? You know, the power is going to come on different with turbo kits that flow a lot better, that have less back pressure issues, that have, you know, nicer turbos, nicer wastegates to control the boost. There's a lot more things that play an effect when you're trying to make big power and you're trying to go really fast and you're trying to race all the time. But I think the On3 kit is actually really good for the money. I look at the price and I don't even know how they do it for that much money, the amount of parts you get. But the fitment isn't as bad as it used to be. It seems like it's gotten a lot better. Is it the best kit? Absolutely not. But for the price, it's kind of hard to beat, man. And we've done a few kits, not in-house yet, but I've sold a few On3 kits because I'm an On3 dealer, and we've done them without turbos and without wastegates, and we upgrade them to like precision turbos, precision gates, because it gives you a nice base kit to build off of. But like I said, in the future, if you're trying to make a ton of power, if you're trying to go really fast, obviously you're gonna wanna upgrade to a better quality turbo kit. But like I said, it is hard to beat for the money. It's pretty inexpensive. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I should have the On3 kits on my website soon. If I don't, just email me, david@coyotedirect.com, and I can spec you one out. But don't forget, until October 1st, or through October 1st, we are running our giveaway, the free set of Bellac wheels with every dollar spent on the website or purchased through me. So make sure you guys check out coyotedirect.com.